What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Total Human Optimization Podcast. We're coming to you from Austin, Texas. Well, I am anyway. And it's a beautiful day here. It's nice and sunny. Springtime is in the air. We're on the way to summer. All that great stuff. No more winter. It's great. And today we have a guest who's visiting us from a probably sunny California. I'm guessing it's sunny today.
It's pretty freaking sunny today, I gotta say.
Yeah, I love sunny days. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Martinez from MBody Strength is joining us today. How you doing, my friend?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I am as happy as a clam. I
It's
cannot
sunny.
be happier.
It's sunny, so it's good.
Yeah, and happiness is such a great part of your health. So I'm probably really healthy today, no matter what I eat or what I do.
That sounds perfect. That's the only way to be. I mean, if you're not happy, what else can you be? So
Yeah. So, we're going to talk a lot of different things today. But, we're all striving to be better. In what way? It could be anything. It could be the way we interact with people. It could be in the gym. It could be almost anything. And there's lots of little things you can do in your life throughout the day that can help when you put it all together. It can just make the whole thing just perfect. So we're going to get into a little bit of those things, but in your profession, what are some of, let's talk about the detriments first. In your profession, what are some of the detriments that you're seeing people do in their lives that might be hindering their success, whether in fitness or in health, anything?
well, the way I see it, I mean, the way most of us in the fitness world see it is there's so many pieces to this puzzle. It's not just fitness. It's not just nutrition. It's not even just mindset. There's so many facets to this. And any little piece that's off, any little piece that's just kind of missing, that throws the whole game off. And so what I see from most people, when I see my clients that come in through the door, the ones that are doing the best are the ones that have all those little pieces for them. And it's different for you and me. So that's where, it's not just one big thing, because it's easy to say like, oh, your diet shit. No, that's why. Or, oh, you're not training hard enough. But I mean, as most of us think, their mindset is so important. And the people that just take things too seriously, the people that take themselves too seriously, the people that take the little things too seriously, doesn't matter how hard they train, it doesn't matter how well they eat, they're always going to have something missing. They're always going to have that piece just a little bit off.
Yeah. I feel like confidence is key in everything.
Oh my, it is everything.
Everything.
It is everything.
No matter what it is. Like you go out and I go play soccer match or just whatever you do, going up and go talk to a girl, whatever. Like if you have the confidence, the outcome is always better, and you can take that into everything, whether it be diet, the gym, whatever. Like
Absolutely.
I think that's like the biggest thing. We can just end the podcast on that. It's finished.
Game over. There's your self-development for the rest of the year. It's confidence. Yeah. I mean, confidence is literally everything. And like you said, going in with confidence in something, it just changes the outcome, good or bad. You don't see it as good or bad because now you have a different perspective and you approach everything differently. So the people that come in, and that's what I love about just strength training in general, that builds the confidence. And that's, I mean, there you go. That's the key. All right, done.
Yeah.
Hashtag
yeah.
done.
Yeah. You're in the gym, like, you push that extra. And you guys are gonna think I'm really, really weak. You push that extra 20 pounds, whatever.
Hey, it's all relative.
You're able to add, a 10 on one, 10 plate on one side, 10 plate on the other side, and you feel really awesome that you're advancing. But hey, whatever your goals are, whatever, it's good stuff. But you feel legit, especially in the gym lifting weights, man. That's my favorite.
Absolutely. It's all about progress. It's all about momentum. And the more you get that, the more confidence you get and not feeling stuck. I mean, when you feel stuck, it's just all a mindset. And that's what people don't understand is how powerful the mind is, how much you can change your entire day just by the way you think. So, I mean, I would say, if going back to your first question, if there's one thing, it's just having a different mindset, not feeling like you have to be a certain way or you are stuck in a certain way. You can be whatever the hell you want to be.
Yeah, and that's the way everybody I think should look at life, and not to be too serious. And I think that's the article you wrote for us. That's one of the things you said is just like, stop giving a shit.
Well, I mean, the premise of my workshops, the premise of what I do is have a damn good time, because the reality is we're not here very long. There's not a lot of serious shit. There's plenty of serious shit that's going to come to us. So for the most of the day, have a good time. Enjoy the hell of whatever you're doing. So whether it's your lifting, whether it's your playing with your kids, it doesn't matter. So, and that's the thing that I mean, we all struggle with. Like, to say I've never give a shit about anything would be, wouldn't be accurate. But that's the thing I really strive for, because I notice the difference when I just don't give a shit. And that doesn't make me a callous asshole, but it just means that I'm being a little bit more aware about what I need, and I'm not worrying about what everybody thinks of me, because that's their business.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that everybody does, and I think it's one of those things that's really hard to turn off. I mean, we're just the way our minds work, and the way we're conditioned in the world. Like, we're just always conditioned to think, what is, and you may not even notice it. Like, what is this person thinking of me? It's like, okay, if I'm in the morning, if I'm combing my hair, I'm doing it because I don't want somebody to look at me and say, wow, he just really doesn't care about himself. Or I'm choosing a certain shirt when I go out because I don't want somebody to think I don't know how to dress. Like, we're doing these tiny little things that we're making ourselves protective and all cuddly and warm to not have somebody say something so bad about me.
We're just so worried about what people think, and then we assume we assume all the time, and we have no idea what's going on in that person's mind. That person could be thinking about how many cats they're going to buy in the next 10 years. Like, we don't know. So
I get on cats. I have 2. They're great. I love them. They're great.
Hey, no offense. Hey, Ted, you get 15 cat. You can be a cat guy. That's totally cool.
I will be a cat guy.
Break the mold. Don't give it.
Yeah. See, that's one thing. All right. Let's talk about my cats real quick. Okay. I'm a single dude. I'm 32 years old, and it's a worry. It's something I think about. I feel a little self-conscious about it. I got them because I wanted to do something good. The shelter was overfilling, and I wanted to ease some pain in the animal world. But, like, let's be completely honest with myself. As a guy that's dating out in the world, I'm self-conscious about my cats. Like, bring a girl home for the first time. Like, should I mention them? Should I hide them? Should I throw them out the window? Like, it's one of those things.
Just introduce yourself with that. Like, hey, what's going on? 2 cats. They don't even say your name first. Just say 2 cats. And they're like,
I gotta go.
Or she'll say 3 cats, and then there you go. Then you know.
Yeah. But, like, it's all those little things that make us self-conscious and everything that's so stupid, and it's a total detriment to everything.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's the thing. We take things so personally. We worry about what people think. And I mean, I've done this myself. And once I really just embodied that mindset of don't give a shit. I can't assume what you're thinking. I can't really care what you think about me. I can only go by what I'm doing, and just have a good time. And I can't even reiterate that enough. It's like, just have a damn good time. Yeah.
I mean, we're only on this planet once. Might as well enjoy it. We're living.
Exactly.
Right? So let's talk a little bit about the day. When we start our day, we have our day, we have our plans, what we got to do, we have everything that we want to accomplish, but let's figure out how we can make our day a little bit better. So let's start with, like, waking up. And I know in the article you like to do something. I don't know if I can get on board with this, but you like to start your day with a glass of water with, like, lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. I think, like, I use apple cider vinegar to clean or something. So what is this concoction you're starting your day with, and what are the benefits of that?
This is probably one of the best things I ever started, because for me, I've always had digestive issues, and a lot of people have digestive issues because they don't realize the foods they eat are, either too acidic or they don't digest well for them. But I found that the second I wake up and I have a big glass of water, warm water with apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, the enzymes in that just kickstart my digestion. It just gets everything flowing. I wake up faster. I feel better. It allows me to do my morning meditation that much easier without turning to coffee or some kind of stimulant. And it gets me right to the bathroom. So, I mean, I feel good right afterwards. So no matter what time I wake up, as soon as I do that, I feel like $1 million. Now, the key is I like to dilute the apple cider vinegar because that shit is strong, and especially if you add some lemon juice. For some people, they just cannot do it. If you want to add a little bit of honey, that's totally fine. If you want to even do less apple cider vinegar, that's totally fine. But I just tell people, try it. Anytime someone says, there's no effing way I'm going to do that, I say, try it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you experiment on yourself, and you find if it works for you, awesome. You're going to power through it, and you will enjoy it. Because the first time I tried it, I almost threw up when someone told me about it.
Yeah, it sounds
But then
terrible.
I got used to it. You get used to it. So,
like, why would you want to do that to yourself? I don't.
The feeling afterwards far outweighs the little bit of pain that I have to go through. But now I've gotten to the point where I actually enjoy it. So I actually take apple cider vinegar before every meal, about 15, 20 minutes before every meal, just to get my enzyme, everything going. And I digest things so much easier. And I can tell the difference when I don't. Because it's not about what you eat. It's not about the nutrients you take. It's what you absorb. So if everything is working properly, you're going to absorb the nutrients you're getting better and not wasting money on organic foods or supplements.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
I'm probably not going to do it. But
All
if
right,
anybody that's listening
juice.
wants to try, go for it. I'm going to stick to my coffee in the morning. And that
Corona,
usually,
that's cool.
that usually gets me going a little. So yeah, add a little MCT oil, that'll do the trick. But yeah, and I feel like I don't want to talk about the sleep portion yet, but in the morning, let's say you already got, well, we'll talk about the sleep portion later, but say you got the good sleep last night. And I kind of feel like when I go to work and everything, like if I have a good morning and I give myself a couple of hours before work to kind of just live a little bit, I'm way more productive in the day. I'm way more alert. A lot of everything. I think a lot of people try to maybe rush too much. Like the alarm goes off, they just run in the shower real quick, maybe grab a bar to go or something and just head out the door and straight to work. They didn't get to enjoy life at all before they're at work for the next 8-9 hours, whatever it may be. So I think like one thing that we can do to possibly like just make life a little more enjoyable is like try to pad like 1 to 2 hours before work, just enjoy, whether it be, reading or doing something creative, like just
absolutely. Well,
do something in the morning.
I mean, there's no secret that a powerful morning routine just sets you up for the day. And even the people, because I know a lot of people that wake up early and they have their coffee and they have their newspaper, but they're not doing personally powerful things. Reading the newspaper is very passive. Watching TV is very passive. So, and it's just you're taking on whatever the hell the day has to you. My mornings, and I have a checklist to make sure I do this every morning, and every morning it makes a world of difference, because that one time I sleep in and I'm like, oh shit, I got to get the whole day. It like takes me a long time to get things going. So when it comes down to it, I get my apple cider vinegar or my lemon juice concoction. I breathe, I meditate, I read. And the key is you have to be a little selfish. And that means you have to take a little bit of time for yourself. You have to wait. Maybe you have to wake up earlier. I wake up at 4:30 every morning because I know if I don't get that time, first off, kids, I mean, okay,
you're on that TV weatherman schedule.
No, but like there's something powerful about, and I say powerful, there's something very powerful about waking up at a time that nobody else is up, knowing that half the world is still sleeping, or at least half the people around you, and that this is my time, that nobody can take this time from me, and I can do whatever the hell I want with it. But if I put all that energy into myself and into my personal development, I don't need to read 100 books. I don't need to do all these other things. That's going to help me just create an amazing day. And just from anywhere from 20 minutes to 90 minutes, depends on how much time I want to give myself. But that is absolutely the key to setting up an amazing day.
Yeah. One of the best feelings in the world is, and I'm sure you'll agree with me here, and it's just being outside when the sun comes up. One of the things I love to do is, we here in Austin, we have a town lake that kind of goes around the lake downtown. It's like a little 4-mile run thing. And I time it perfectly when I do this in the morning to when I run, it's completely dark, but as I'm finishing, that sun is starting to come up. And that's the best feeling to start the day, man.
It's no coincidence. That's energy. I mean, that's the energy from nature coming at you. And that's what I love. I mean, there's nothing better, grounding, just having your feet in the ground and just sitting there for 5-10 minutes, or seeing the sunset or the sunrise. And I mean, for us, we're about 20-30 minutes from the beach. I will go to the beach every second I can just to sit there and look at the ocean. So it's all building. It's all building.
Yeah. Like it's kind of weird how we we have kind of our setups as humans. Like this just the way it's supposed to be. Like, well, we wake up at 8 or we wake up at 7 and then we go to bed by 10, but it's like, if we follow what I feel is kind of like nature's way of what we're supposed to be doing, is like wake up when the sun rises, go to sleep when the moon comes up, if we follow that, I think we'll probably be pretty good. I mean, that's like nature.
That's
That's
that. I don't think
evolution. That's everything, right?
nature didn't intend for us to be on Instagram at midnight, so I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
man, are you sure? That's part of my job, Marcus.
The facial glow at midnight. You can always tell. Oh, okay, you're on Instagram. All right.
Yeah. Oh man, that's another one of those things. I know a lot of people just I do it. I'm totally guilty. You're laying in bed and then you're just kind of like looking at your phone, scrolling around and just like, what am I doing?
Oh, dude, I can't tell you. I finally made a rule. If I find that I scroll more than 5 people deep, like I like catch myself and I stop. It's just I'm
I
sitting
don't
there.
even know what I'm looking for. What am I
Yeah,
looking
like
for
you're
when I'm
just.
scrolling?
It's no better than watching the news or reading the newspaper. It's just like I'm scrolling. I'm like, oh, this person who I don't even fucking know is doing this. I'm like, why am I looking at this? This isn't pertinent to my life.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, I might regret saying this, but like, social media gave me a career. But
Me
sometimes
too.
sometimes it gave a lot of people careers.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that is a trainer online and or has ebooks or anything like that, social media gave you a career. Like I miss the days where it didn't exist. I miss the days. You remember when you actually whenever you had to like meet somebody or something, you had to actually call them and hope they were home so they can get the phone call,
Yep.
and you had to like honor commitments because there was no other distractions that was going
personal.
to
It was personal. That's
exactly.
the key thing. Is this has become impersonal, and as much as I love social media and has connected me more people than I would ever in any lifetimes have done, there's still that piece of it that's so impersonal, and that's where I think we've lost that through social media. And some people have gone so far where they're only texting or they're only sending messages via Facebook and looking for the next best thing to do. And it's tough. I mean, we've all fallen victim to it. But I think that just getting back to the roots of just keeping it personal. Like this is video, and this is very personal.
Yeah, and like see these are like we're going off in these little tangents over here, but it all comes together into like making every single day a little bit better. Like here's one challenge I want to give everybody, and I'm gonna try to do this week too because I've been thinking about this lately, and it's kind of bothering me, like the way we communicate these days, the whole texting thing, and I feel like an old man saying it, but it feels like you said it's so impersonal. I want to challenge everybody to this week, instead of one person, that's it. Instead of sending a text message, call them instead.
That's crazy. I don't think we can. You got too far, man. You've gone too far. I don't think we can do that.
Yeah,
but take it a step further. Send them a letter. There you go. Send them a letter. Send them a handwritten letter, not a send out cards or something, but a handwritten letter to that person.
Yeah, all over the country, Verizon and T-Mobile and all the companies are like, why is everybody calling each other? The data is going crazy. What's going on? What's changing? But I think that's definitely one of the elements of a way we can improve our day is improving our communication with others. Being more personal. Don't hide behind your cell phone and your keyboard all the time. Like go talk to somebody in person. Hear their voice. All those things I think could help.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's all building little pieces here and there, like I said, and that's one of those things. If you're just hiding behind your phone, you're not really living. Come on.
Yeah.
Get off.
Okay. So we got off in a little tangent there. It's something that's it's like a real personal thing, I guess, but it's something that's real. But this is a health and fitness show, I guess. So let's talk a little bit about kind of that stuff during the day. Now, your proponent and a lot of other people are proponents of this is the drinking of the green tea during the day, you making sure you drink enough water, staying hydrated, standing up, walking, moving. These are all things that we can do to improve our day.
Yeah, everyone is so focused on looking for either the next best thing, the best product, the best way of doing things. And I'm all for experimenting and finding things, but there's just certain principles. There's certain simple things that if you did those religiously, consistently, to the best of your ability, you'll see major improvements. I mean, you could have the best macro profile on every bit of food you're eating, but at the end of the day, if you're eating too much or if you're eating something that doesn't digest well with you, it doesn't matter. It's all for nothing. But if you just drink plenty of water, if you move freely, you're going to have just those two things. You're going to have a better working life. You're going to feel better. You're not going to be, I mean, that's one thing I tell people. The first thing I ask, or when clients tell me like, oh, I don't know what to do with my diet, I just tell them, drink more water. That's the first thing I say. And 9 times out of 10, they come back to me like, that really worked, because half the time they're confusing hunger with thirst, or they're confusing, they want to eat something because they're feeling thirsty. They're feeling sluggish, so they, have more caffeine. They're feeling not their best, so they take a nap. It's like, oh, just drink some water. It's as simple as that. Occam's razor, man. Sometimes the simplest answer is the answer.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks is about drinking a lot of water, you have to take a piss a lot.
Every 5 minutes.
It seems like that. I don't know. It seems like
I'm always moving. Just maybe get a little bag and you can just walk around with that. That'll probably be that could work.
But I think it's so funny that it's such a simple thing, just to drink more water. Like that makes such a big difference. But our bodies are mostly water.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes our planet even livable to begin with, is water. And I used to be really bad about drinking water back in the day. I was just all Coca-Colas all the time. And I don't know how I'm still alive today, but I am alive and I don't have diabetes. But once I started working on it and stuff, I kind of learned a little bit better how to do these type of things. And drinking water has just changed everything. Like my skin is better. I feel like my hair is better. Digestion is way better. Like it's almost like a cure-all for everything. Just drink more water.
I mean, it's amazing. Just the slightest bit of dehydration can decrease your performance. It can decrease your strength. It can decrease your mental capacity. So if there's any, people listening, they're like, oh yeah, drink water. Thanks a lot. No, but really challenge yourself. Are you really drinking enough water? I mean, are you really getting 100+ ounces a day? Because I know I wasn't, and I can feel the difference when I'm not. And it makes all the difference, just these little things. So just drinking more water, getting that bottle, making sure you're filling it up 3 or 4 times today, and just see how you feel. I mean, that's the best message is just see how you feel. Experiment with you.
And hey, do a spot check. What's the color it's supposed to be? Like a little pale yellow or something?
A little pale yellow. You can't do too light. Too light is you're watering yourself down too much. And then if it's like bright orange, like either go get some water right now or get an IV.
Yeah, do a little spot check. Just take a little
in the toilet. In the toilet's probably the best place to do it. But yeah,
like this is coming from inside you, so it's like a test. It's a test that's coming out every day. So you can just look at that, and you'll know if you need to have a little more hydration.
Exactly. It's instant feedback. You got instant feedback right there.
Yeah. Everybody look at their pee.
Look at your pee. Look at just your own though. I mean, unless you're into that, then that's your own thing.
Hey man, you're smelling a little orange over there. Let me check that out.
A little dehydrated.
Yeah, here, buddy. Here, have some little bit of water. Yeah. This podcast has been just out of control.
It's going south. It's going west, north. It's going all over.
It's going all over the place. Whatever. Another thing that you mentioned in the article that is really cool is meditation. Like even 10 minutes of meditation could even do something for you. So tell us a little bit about how you integrate meditation in your day and what you think it does for you.
First off, this was an absolute game changer. And again, it's nothing new. It's been around for thousands of years, but until you personally take it on and start doing it, it's never going to change your life. But I randomly found a book when I was like in my early 20s, and I just started kind of reading through it. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Started doing, I set the timer for 30 minutes because I'm like, if I'm going to go, I'm going balls out. And after like 1 minute, I'm like, F this. Like, what the hell? I can't sit here. I can't be quiet. I have too many thoughts. But it changed the way that I go about my day. It changed the way that I absorb information. It changed the way I take on good or bad things. It's given me an amazing amount of confidence. It's given me an amazing amount of clarity and just calmness. I mean, even though I'm ramped up right now, I mean, it's like ultimately I am calm. And the key thing is you don't have to do an hour in the morning, an hour at night in complete solitude with your back straight. You have to make it work for you. I'll do 5 minutes on my way home. I'll do 10 minutes after a workout. I'll do 5 minutes or 12 minutes or whatever. And making it just fit into your day. And the first thing it comes down to is just breathing. You look at smokers. The first thing they do, they go outside. I need to smoke. I need to smoke. They go out, take a deep breath. All they really want to do is breathe. I mean, yeah, there's nicotine and other things. But for me, when it comes to meditation, it's my chance to just stop what I'm doing and just breathe and be aware. Be aware of what my breath is doing to my body. Be aware of how everything is working, where I am in my mindset. Am I a little bit off kilter? Do I need to kind of rein things back in? And it helps me control my thoughts, because we are all thought-based, and we have thoughts come in, and some of us are worst case scenario, and some of us are ecstatic about everything. And it's like, just being in control of your thoughts is the most powerful thing you can possibly do over any amount of fitness training and nutrition. So really, I do first thing in the morning after my apple cider vinegar, and most likely after a bathroom break, I'll do my breathing exercises. And one I learned from Dr. Weil, which is one of my favorites, which is just putting your tongue right on the ridge of your underneath your mouth, and breathing in through your nose 4 seconds, holding it for 7 seconds, and then exhaling with your mouth open for 8 seconds. And just doing that 4 times, twice a day. So I do that 4 times, and then I just breathe normally, not trying to breathe like a yogi or anything, just breathe normally. And then I'll go through my meditation. And it's like any morning routine, that's what it starts with, because that just sets me up for the most powerful just mindset, where I feel like I could take on anything. Anything comes on, boom, bring it on. I'm cool. I'm cool up here.
Yeah, man, you got to get that headspace all figured out.
Still working on it, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and that's all part of that kind of like morning, before you go to work kind of thing. Like, get your head right,
Like you said, it's the buffer. It's a buffer that's going to help you, because a lot of shit's going to pull you in every different direction. My kids, when I'm trying to get them ready, they don't listen. I'm yelling at them. It can turn into crazy. It can turn chaotic. So just having that little bit of a buffer of, this is my time. This is just creating my little energy aura right here. And that's going to help me protect myself for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I think that's definitely probably one of the biggest tips that anybody could ever give is that meditation. And there's some people that maybe kind of like shy away from it. That might be a little hokey dokey or whatever, but just try it. Like, it doesn't have to be like chanting. It doesn't have to be all the kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be that. It could just be you sitting there in your own mind and just sitting and like just breathing. That's all it has to be.
Exactly. The 2 things I tell people is, number 1, if you say you don't have time for meditation, that's exactly when you have to meditate. When you say meditate for 10 minutes and I don't have 10 minutes, okay, meditate for an hour. I mean, that's basically the mentality you need to take, is if you don't have the time for it, make the time for it. And the second thing is, don't put a label on it. You can do different meditations, but for people that are kind of afraid of it, or they think like, oh, I can't, just breathe. They're like, oh, well, then I have a thought come in. Yeah, that's how it works. Thoughts are going to pop in all the time. You don't have to entertain them. You don't have to ride that wave. So just breathe. Focus on your breath. As soon as you fall away from that, focus back on your breath. Don't overcomplicate something that is very simple, which is just breathing and being self-aware.
Yeah. So, we got our headspace all figured out. You might have had your apple cider vinegar in the morning. And had a great relief after your apple cider vinegar in the morning. And the next step is fueling ourselves for the day. The food we eat is gonna highly impact how we feel. And I think the no-brainer here is cook for yourself. And, I don't do it all the time. I don't think obviously it's not feasible for everyone all the time to cook for themselves, but if you can cook for yourselves at least a percentage of the time, that's a good start.
It's like, if you're an adult, and when I say adult, I mean like 15. If you're fucking 15 years old, you need to learn how to cook for yourself, because there's nothing, in my mind, there's nothing more pathetic when someone's like, oh, I can't. We have the internet. We have the internet, which allows you full recipes to learn how to do. We have YouTube. I mean, shit, you don't need to like go to Cordon Bleu to learn how to cook. But just being able to cook for yourself, it's extremely gratifying. You don't need to make it a 5-course meal every time. But as soon as I really started embodying that, I started doing that with my, with my diet. I mean, besides the fact that I saved money and my aesthetics changed because I wasn't putting in. I mean, you have no idea how much oil. One of the craziest, I remember I worked at a restaurant and I would always order a chicken breast and some broccoli because at that time I'm like, oh yeah, bodybuilding, I'll eat healthy. I'm eating it. I'm like, damn, this is really good. For weeks and weeks and weeks, I'm doing this. Finally, one time I look behind and I watch him put he put 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil on the chicken, butter in the broccoli. I'm like, holy shit, I've been having like 70 grams of fat with my chicken and broccoli. You have no idea how much stuff they put into that. So being able to control that, besides the fact that you're going to be healthier, you're also going to just have a more gratifying experience cooking something, making something, and being able to enjoy it and know exactly what's going into it.
Yeah, like if you want to make sure you're eating exactly what you want to eat, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's like a pre-made health meal, like that everybody eats these days. It doesn't matter. Like they're all somewhat wrong in their nutritional facts, and the only way you can 100% know what exactly is in your food is that if you make it yourself.
Exactly, and I challenge people, just do it. If you never do it 50% of the time. That's half your meals of the day. Then just keep stepping it up until you get to the point where maybe just 2 or 3 meals you're eating out. But that's how, just make it simple. Don't try to all of a sudden overhaul yourself.
At least breakfast. That is the simplest thing to do is make breakfast. And I don't know why this is, but I feel like nobody really cares about eating the same thing for breakfast every day. Like everybody can eat eggs every single day for breakfast. Like a lot of people have no problem with that, but like it's the simplest one. Like at least make your own breakfast. It's a good start.
Yeah, and it gets really mundane. I think that's where people get kind of push off from that when they're eating the same thing. And you can develop allergies eating the same thing. So you want to rotate foods, but at the same time, like you said, have like 2 or 3 different options, and then just cycle through those. So it's going to either be eggs if you eat eggs, it's going to be meat if you eat meat, it's going to be a big thing of oatmeal if you don't, whatever it is, but just have that kind of cycle through it and just enjoy.
Yeah. So, we got our diets all intact. We were meditating, we're feeling good throughout the day. And then now we get to the most important part, the pinnacle of the day is the sleep time.
Oh, this is a tough one. And this is one that is it's overlooked and completely underestimated. And I've been known to say, when someone says like, man, you don't sleep enough. I'm like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And that was always my joke for the longest time.
When you're in Vegas, that's the motto.
Anytime. That's it. There's too much life to live. Like, why am I going to go to sleep? Everything's happening right now.
Yeah, that's the conundrum, man. It's like we just talked a little bit about it. Like we only have one life, we got to live it and be good. But then we're like, wait, you want me to miss 8 hours? What But there's nothing good going on past 10.
There's nothing, and the reality is there is nothing that is going to change your hormone profile, increase testosterone, increase GH, like sleep. And it's so amazing to me that you can just do something as simple as turning off your phone and going to sleep by 10 o'clock. And getting a full 7 hours, that is going to completely change your body chemistry. So to be able to do that just from sleeping, it's no pill, it's no type of training. It's just closing your eyes and having a deep sleep. And so that's why having yourself starting from the morning, my sleep starts from the morning because it starts after my morning routine, my powerful morning routine, my meditation, and that sets me up to make sure I'm productive throughout that day so I feel like I accomplished something, and that sets me up for a good workout so I feel like I move my body, and that sets me up for, as long as I'm cooking and I'm making my food, I feel good, and then now we're at the end of the day. So everything leads up to that moment. Like I said, it's the pinnacle of the day. People think of it as the bookend, and it's just, no, that's where your change really begins. That's where your body is restoring itself. That's where everything, and your mind is still working. So if you're feeding it good things all day, your body is going to take that, your mind is going to take that, and it's going to have an amazing sleep, and it's going to restore you the next day. You're going to come back even stronger.
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things, like, I feel like, with the hustle and bustle of life, like and this kind of goes back a little bit to the meditation things, like when you finally lay down to go to sleep, your mind just starts going. So, maybe not everyone, but like, that's when you start thinking of things.
Yeah.
And so it could be kind of hard to let go and just kind of go into the thing. But what are some ways that we can help ourselves kind of go to sleep in a good way, and help ourselves just kind of release the day we had, and really just fall asleep and get our nice REM cycles that we need?
One of my favorite ways is to have I have my night routine, and that always involves journaling. And I actually picked this up from, I think it was a 5-minute journal. And at the end of the day, right, because a lot of people get scared of journaling. They think they're, oh, I have to sit there and write, hey, dear diary, today this guy hurt my feelings. And it's like, no, be a bitch. You don't have to be a bitch about it. Just, you take that, and I find what happened today that was amazing. Because there's always at least 2 or 3 things that I did today that were just amazing. The way my daughter smiled at me, the workout I had, whatever it was. So I'll write down 3 to 5 things, however many it was, of what was amazing. And then I write down, how could today have been better? So taking how today could have been better, I take what kind of sucked today, what I didn't do as well as I could have, and I wash it away. This is what I could have done better, so that way tomorrow I'm going to come at this better. I finish with that. I do my meditation. Done. My mind is free. I don't have to think anymore about what happened today. I don't have to think anymore. There's no anxiety, and that's completely changed because I had so much anxiety. I'd still be thinking about what I had to get done or what I didn't do today, and I'd be thinking like, okay, what do I have to do tomorrow? But just having that little finisher for the rest of the day, having planned out my next day already, so just my main tasks, I was free. I was free to just do whatever I wanted, think about whatever I wanted, and typically it just meant I was relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and going back a little bit to our cell phone culture and our internet culture, probably the worst thing you can do is watch TV or look at your cell phone or look at a laptop right before bed. I don't remember exactly what it was or the study it was, but it was something about the light that it emits.
The blue lights,
the blue lights it kind of just jacks up everything.
Oh, totally. It jacks up. I don't remember the study, so I don't want to quote something that I don't know exactly. But from even just from personal experience, without knowing the science behind it, I know when I'm sitting there scrolling or typing something or working or watching something on my iPad, I don't sleep as well. I feel a little restless. I feel like things don't just flow.
Kind of ruins that transition.
Exactly. And I want it to flow. I want a just nice, easy transition from the rest of my day to boom, right into sleep, and not have something that's going to disrupt that or disrupt that later. I mean, if you've ever fallen asleep with a TV on, I know for me, I always would wake up at like 3 a.m. with my TV on. I'm like, what the fuck is on right now? And it was so discombobulating. So I really was just, okay, I cut that out. And once I started doing that, that changed a lot. So an hour before sleep, turn off everything. And if you're like, oh, I can't do that, wake up an hour earlier. I mean, really, what are you really missing? If you're not missing anything out, you're definitely not missing anything on social media at 11 p.m. So don't worry.
Yeah. And so one of my goals for that I started this last month was to, before bed, do something creative or do something educational. So whether that be me writing, like you said, journaling, doing something like that. Maybe I play my guitar a little bit, maybe just try to mess around on that, or just read a book that has some kind of educational benefit, whether it be about science or whether it be about bettering yourself, whatever. And that's been one of my challenges, and I've been sticking to it about 90% since I started, and it really has changed everything for me. Like, especially reading before bed.
Do you feel like it like stimulates you and then it's harder to sleep, or do you feel like it's because it's stimulating, it's also a little bit exhausting, and then it puts you into a nice?
I think it's that. I think what it is, it's that accomplishment factor. It kind of caps my day for me. That says I accomplished, no matter what I accomplished throughout the day. In my mind, and I think in a lot of Americans' minds especially, it's, you have that own self mentality of what have you done for me lately, even for yourself. So, with somebody that, has a lot of high standards, like for themselves, like, I think that end of the day kind of creative, learning something, feeling like you bettered yourself just before you call it a night. I think that just would leave anybody in a positive mood. And if you're going to bed in a positive mood, you're going to get a good sleep.
Exactly. If you're carrying the stress of the day, if you're carrying what happened in the day, you're definitely not going to get a good sleep. So being able to, we all have morning and night routines. We all have a night routine, whatever that is. It's dependent on, or it's different for you. But it's if you want to make one that's building and making you better, that's the difference. You know, if your night routine is having a beer and watching TV, cool. If that's working for you, go for it, I guess. But I want something that's going to set my next day up because every day counts, and I want to wake up feeling ready to go.
Yeah. So all these things we talked about, when it comes down to it, everybody kind of has to almost find their own way, and that's just the way it is. But I think we can take some of these things and really make our day better, and in turn make our lives better, and make, when it all comes down to it, our personal relationships with other humans even better. And then just like everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Exactly. If you make yourself better, I make myself better. Now we're two better people. We can both work better together. So everybody wins right there.
Yeah. And that's all we're trying to do, is make a better world. We just all want to get along and just,
can't we all just get along?
The sun ain't going to be here forever, and this planet's not going to be here forever. We might as well be kind to each other. We might as well, take care of ourselves and enjoy life. So, why not?
Exactly. Be kind. I like that. Just be kind.
Yeah, just be kind. Well, thanks, Marcus, for joining us. I know the listeners are probably like, well, they took us here, they took us there. It kind of went all over.
We zagged.
It kind of went all over the place. That kind of thing happens sometimes, but we're just doing this for fun. You know what? We're not going to have any anxieties.
No offense, I don't give a shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, in reality, we shouldn't.
We should.
To a degree. But again, thanks, Marcus. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I hope you learned something from this. I know. I hope that we can help. Hopefully, all of us structure our day a little bit. Don't forget about my challenge to, instead of texting somebody a question or whatever, give them a call instead. Let's get more personal. I want to get more personal now. And then
when they reply with a text, call them again.
Exactly. Refuse to take the text message. Yeah. Let's see what happens. It'll be interesting to know what happens. Let us know on Twitter. Tweet @onit, and let me know how that worked out, making that one phone call, because I want to know what people do with that. That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, we'll let you go now.
Thanks for having me, man.
What a day. All right. Thanks, Marcus. Thanks, everybody. Till next time, please check us out on iTunes. Leave a review. Check out Marcus. Marcus, where can people find you at?
Actually, they can find me mostly on Facebook and social media, because I'll be doing the next kettlebell cert. I'm the master coach for you guys at Onnit. So we'll be doing the first kettlebell specialist certification February 20th and 21st in Austin at Onnit HQ. So find me on Instagram at kettlebell exercises.
Cool. It's a great handle.
I know.
All right, everyone. Take it easy. Enjoy life. Spring's on the way, or almost here. I don't remember what the beaver or the whatever that thing is. No, muskrat.
The groundhog, but all right.
The groundhog, whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, till next time, take it easy. Later.